So in today's video, we are going to talk about bookkeepers, accountants, and CPAs. What are they? What's the difference? How are they similar? And we'll also talk about how you know when it's time to hire. So sit back, relax, grab some chips, a drink, because we're going on a short ride. So first things first. What is a bookkeeper? What is an accountant? What is a CPA? So the main difference between all of them will be education, right? So typically a bookkeeper does not have to be certified, nor do they have to have education in order to be a bookkeeper. So basically, you can go hire Jim Bolo, right, who is saying, hey, I can get your books together, and he sounds legit. He tells you some good accounting phrases, and you go with it, and he can do that. It's not against the law. There are no special requirements for him to have to be a bookkeeper. Now, there are bookkeepers who do decide, just to give them that extra cushion of safety net for their clients to trust them, they do go get an associate's degree, or they do take online courses that would just certify them in bookkeeping. However, that doesn't make them an accountant, and that does not also make them a CPA. So, moving on, an accountant, the difference between an accountant and a bookkeeper is that accountant actually went and got their bachelor's degree, and they studied more towards accountancy than a bookkeeper would. So that would really be the main difference. And then there are some duties that the accountant does that the bookkeeper doesn't. But really, both of them would be for your day-to-day operations. A bookkeeper would probably be a little lower pay than an accountant, but they typically do the same thing. The only thing that sets them apart is education, but don't get it twisted. Put some respect on our names, okay? Because those 4 years plus can definitely, we worked hard for that degree, right? Okay, and so then you have your CPAs. So the difference between an accountant and a CPA is that the CPA, is actually a licensed body with that state that they decide to sit for their CPA. And so meaning a CPA can sit for their license in Texas, well, they're a Texas CPA. In order to be a practicing CPA in another state, they'd have to retake that state's test. But I'm pretty sure it's not as complicated, but there are additional parts. You have to reapply for that state. So here's a little fun saying. A bookkeeper is not an accountant. Oh, wait, no. A CPA is an accountant and a bookkeeper, but a bookkeeper and accountant is not a CPA. An accountant is a bookkeeper, but an accountant is not a CPA. And then a bookkeeper is not an accountant nor a CPA. That can be a little tongue twister, but you got the gist of where I'm going. So now let's get into the nitty gritty of when should you hire a bookkeeper, an accountant, or a CPA. So typically if you're just starting out, I get it. Who are you trying to pay? Nobody. You can't even pay yourself. There are expenses that your business is calling for that has to be paid faithfully every month. So starting out, it may be a little difficult to hire. It's definitely going to be difficult to hire a CPA. And chances are it's going to be a little bit more difficult to hire an accountant because, again, we have spent a lot more time towards studying accountancy, and then we have the certifications and the degrees to prove it. Not discounting bookkeepers. Please don't come for me because there are some that do get certified. Typically, when you are just starting out, it is a little difficult to pay for those services. So you may be taking the route of, I'm going to wear all of these hats, which is perfectly fine. But let's talk about when things start to get real. Your business is taking off. You're starting to see some profits, or you think you're seeing some profits. You know your business is making money, but where is it going, right? So at that point, I would say if you aren't able to handle the bookkeeping, or you have no time because you wear all the hats, or bookkeeping and getting your books together is just not an interesting topic for you, it's time to hire a bookkeeper. If you are seeing that you're making sales and they're going up each month, but your profits are not in the same direction or going in the same directions as your sales, it's time to hire a bookkeeper. If you are thinking, oh my gosh, taxes is so ghetto, and yes, they are ghetto, but you cannot not pay Uncle Sam, it's time to hire a bookkeeper. Meaning, you have estimated taxes due quarterly and you fall behind or you forget, it's time to hire a bookkeeper and or an accountant. I have this all written down. So okay, so another thing, as if you're wondering if it's time to hire a bookkeeper, if you're ready to save, and when I say that, meaning it's a lot more expensive for you to come out of more money when you make mistakes, or your books are not accurate, or you don't pay the IRS on time, and all of this X, Y, and Z. Those add up, and it's a lot more cheaper to just pay that person, bookkeeper or accountant, to get your books in order and get you all caught up than it is for you to constantly take a hit on your business. Because there's going to be a time where Uncle Sam is going to hit you with a hefty fine to where you have no business. So don't be that person. Hire a bookkeeper, hire an accountant, hire a CPA. So at that point, if it's just miscellaneous things, day-to-day activity, I would say your best route is going with a trusted bookkeeper that you have vetted, you've seen their work, and you're not really needing a lot. If your plan is not to really grow your business or scale your business out, get a regular bookkeeper. Here's my advice when it's time to hire an accountant. So taxes. The thing that accountants can do that bookkeepers don't really do, some do, some don't, but is to prepare your financial statements and get all those reports and stuff ready for you. They can also help you in the fact that if your business is growing and you're ready to take that to the next level, there's a budgeting, there's a forecasting, there's a planning that an accountant can definitely help you with to grow. And lastly, I would say the reason why you would hire a CPA is because CPAs, they know taxes. They're able to audit, so they're able to produce audited financial statements, which is different from just unaudited financial statements. So I, as an accountant, can put your financial statements together, give it to you, or I can compile them for your CPA and give them to your CPA for them to look over. So the CPA, since they are a licensed professional, they're able to attest to the accuracy to your financial statements, and I, as a non-licensed CPA, am not able to do that. So the thing with CPAs, though, they're licensed, as you heard, so their price points are a lot higher than it is for accountants and bookkeepers. So I will go with a trusted CPA that you have probably gone to for years or you started out with. And if you can, your CPA knows bookkeepers or accountants. They can refer you to a bookkeeper if they are too expensive for you at the moment. Another thing that CPAs can do, and also accountants, if they know, is that they're able to help you with tax strategies and tax planning for your business. I think if I left anything out, but if I did, or if you have any more questions, please leave comments below. I'll be happy to answer those for you. And if you like the video, I hope you come back to see more. So, thank you so much.